Support for Radio Friends comes from Roseheart Hypnotherapy, serving Central Missouri since 2007. They specialize in pain management, pre- and post-medical procedures, fears, phobias, and increasing performance and success in every area of life. Athletes needing sports hypnosis to improve their ability will be pleased to know that Roseheart Hypnotherapy specializes in neurofeedback and is the only certified OptiBrain train and golf practitioner in Missouri. Call Roseheart Hypnotherapy at 888-604-9997 or visit mohyp.com and experience true success. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Friday, November the 16th. My friend Walter Bargen is with us, and of course, I like to say that Walter Bargen was the first poet laureate for the state of Missouri. And you were appointed that how long ago?
The year 2008 was
10 years ago.
10 years ago.
All right. Well, we'll say congratulations again and again and again on that. But,
and I like you saying that too.
Okay, you got it. You've got a couple of events coming up that we want to mention before you get into your poems.
Yes. December 4th, which is a Tuesday, at Yellow Dog Books, I will be reading at 7:30.
Okay.
And then on Tuesday, December 11th, at the Ashland Public Library, I will be reading at 7 p.m.
Okay. Now, when you say you will be reading, do you have your poems already picked out, or do you just go with several books of items that you've written and decide on the spot?
I generally try to have everything picked out and try to develop a flow that goes with them. But I was reading in Joplin the other day, and they took me out to dinner, and we were talking about something, and a poem of mine came to mind, and I ended up reading that first, and that totally, I had to throw out everything I had planned, because it just didn't work after that. But it worked out just fine. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to go with the gut feeling of you may have the best plans laid out, and then it just doesn't feel right, or something else occurs. Let's go with plan B.
Yes.
Now, plan A today, you were going to read a couple of poems for us, and they're not lighthearted poems.
No, they're not lighthearted poems. This is from my latest book.
My other mother's red Mercedes.
Yes. And here, this is for you.
Oh, thank you. So this is the latest book.
Yes.
How many poems are in here?
Well, there's 119 pages, okay? So
okay.
I've never counted them, actually. I think that there's probably about 45 poems in there.
And this is available a Yellow Dog Bookstore?
Yellow Dog Bookstore.
Skylark? Is it a Skylark?
Skylark Bookshop and Barnes & Noble.
Okay. And on Amazon?
And on Amazon, yes.
And from the trunk of your car?
Yes.
All right.
Or from my back pocket.
Okay. It's called My Other Mother's Red Mercedes, and you want to do a poem from there?
Yes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple of poems that explain the title.
Okay.
This is a journey through dementia and nursing homes, this entire book.
Okay.
So this poem is called How to Spell Muskogee. She wants to know how to spell Muskogee, Oklahoma. I ask her why, and she repeats the question. I spell the town's name and know that I need to know more. Does a friend live there? No answer. Is she buying something from there? No answer. Is she requesting vacation information? No answer. Is she a fan of Merle Haggard's Okie from Muskogee? Recently, I have called the police to ask for help tracking down the Mercedes that has consumed my mother's life. Each day she waits and expects to see a red truck parked in her cracked concrete driveway. A month after my call, a detective tells me what their investigation has found out. The people who call my mother are Jamaican, but the money is not sent directly to that sunny, marijuana-befuddled island, but to an old woman in Muskogee, who suffers from dementia like my mother, and according to the detective has no understanding of what she is doing. The money is forwarded to a storefront in Las Vegas. The detective laments that they will never stop the fraud or retrieve the money. But he's encouraged. During the investigation, he is happy to report that he busted 3 people working out of a trailer who were knee-deep in stolen credit cards. My mother never stops being helpful. She was being scammed. My estimate is that she lost at least $12,000.
You're kidding.
At least. And she alienated all of her friends. I got in many arguments with her about what she was doing, because every time they would call, she would run to Western Union or whatever it is called now to send a MoneyGram to this woman in Muskogee, who then sent it to Las Vegas.
But your mother did not realize that she was being scammed.
No, she wholeheartedly believed she was going to get this red Mercedes pickup truck. And after changing her phone number 3 different times, it was amazing. The first time we changed the number, they had it instantly, the new number. I don't know how they did that. But after the third time I gave her a new phone number, the phone calls stopped. But she was just...
This is a warning for anybody listening, really, to watch out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your mother, when did she ever realize that she was being scammed, or does she still think it was real?
Well, she's deceased now.
Okay.
I think that there was a point where it didn't make any difference any longer, in terms of she didn't even recall it. When I had to move her out of her house, I'm an only child, by the way. When I had to move her out of the house, when I sold her house, when I had to give her dog to close friends of hers, I had to take her car away from her. Only for a moment did she care, and only for a little while did she even ask about those things before
totally forgot.
Before it was all gone.
Yeah. Is this book? Is it dealing
with all of that I just mentioned?
It's dealing with all of that's why the book actually is dedicated to your mother. My Other Mother's Red Mercedes.
But it's My Other Mother that's in the title. And let me read.
We're out of time.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just say, one day I go to visit my mother, and she tells me that my other mother visited her. And I'm going, what? And that my other mother's a chain smoker. And I keep asking her questions, and I never really get an answer. And then a few months later, maybe even a year or so later, she says, she's got these 2 long purplish arms now, and she says, those are your sisters.
Mm.
And I just don't know.
Well, it's eye-opening talking to you, Walter, but the book is My Other Mother's Red Mercedes. About 40 or 50 poems in there, all dealing with this topic.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So it's an eye opener. It's something we need to think about, talk about, and the book might be a very interesting read. My Other Mother's Red Mercedes.
No, it's absolutely an interesting read.
All right. You got it. Walter Bargen.